Halo teman-teman, selamat datang di channel saya, channel uToow. Kali ini saya akan melanjutkan game Call of Juarez. Nah, di episode sebelumnya itu kan kita tuh di sebuah bar, terus nyeritain ke para pelanggan bar itu pengalaman kita 30 tahun yang lalu ya. Dan terus apa ya, lupa saya ya ceritanya gimana ya. Tunggu. Oh, yang ditangkapnya, dia itu ditangkap setelah nyelamatin temennya si Billy. Terusnya ditangkap, terus ditolongin lagi gitu di penjara tuh. Oke, langsung aja kita lanjut teman-teman. Continue. Nah, ini dia. Nah, terakhir tuh kan berarti lagi ngejar seseorang gitu ya.
Mexico. Until I realized nobody was looking for me, I ended up taking a job at the Rurales.
The Mexican Rurales?
I was hired to help them track down the cowboys.
Oh, ini episode 2, The Cowboy.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Led by old man Clanton himself.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
Oke. Mexican Rurales. Apa itu ya? Berarti orang Mexican kan, orang Meksiko katanya. Rurales apa ya? Sip. Udah beres loadingnya. Nah.
So was the bastard you were after now riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
A few months ago.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. And yes, he was working for old man Clanton.
Okay.
I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Wait.
I did my best to help those poor passengers.
Bentar, mana lagi? Ada di situ kan? Nah.
Moments later, the attackers were dead.
Yeah.
And I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None.
Yeah.
It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often did.
Wow. Banyak banget
they would
ini,
appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Hold on, were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force.
Mantap.
See, at the time, I was still pretty green, but often blunder into regrettable situations.
Lah, mana lagi?
But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks.
Wait.
I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to fight my way past these other assholes first.
Banyak banget teman-teman.
Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo.
Iya, pelurunya
Another
habis.
perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up.
Di pinggir juga ada lagi. Waduh, apa itu?
Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim. Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament.
Woi, kemana ini ya? Oh ini. Ya ampun, banyak banget, astaga.
I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow.
Salah pencet lagi.
Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me.
Kemana deh?
As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought,
Wah, ini
what was I
kejar,
thinking? Going up against a gang like this.
Lari cepatin.
I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going.
Nggak tahu kemana katanya. Itu ada air ya.
That's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven. I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior.
Huh?
The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition.
Oke.
Bat Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good.
Mentok ini.
And he would know.
Mentok, guys. Ih, kepencet mulu ya.
And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo.
4 ya. Fast throw itu G. Oke, siap. Ntar ini apa? Oh iya, skill ya. Oh. Saya lupa teman-teman. Crusader armor, close combat resistant. Oke. Ntar Gunslinger ini 2 ya. Aduh, jelek banget. Revolver ammo capacity increase carry. Oke. Don't stop your killing frenzy so soon. Oke. Wow. Nah, ini satu lagi apa ya? Oh, rifle ammo. Oh, ini keren nih. Oke, langsung beli aja.
That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the
Sini lo,
hunter.
Mau kemana lo?
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right, Jack. I was done running. And the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir.
Ambil pelurunya.
I came at them like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds.
Mantap. Weh, ada satu lagi. Aduh, nggak kena. Wih,
It
pelurunya
was
habis, woy.
finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
Dah. Wih, gatling gun teman-teman, lihat tuh. Oh, ini dia si Clanton. Ternyata aki-aki.
I yelled out at the top of my lungs, Clanton, I'm coming for you! A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till kingdom come. But I knew I could not let that deter me.
You one stupid zombie.
Not if I was to find and kill Ringo. I needed to get that old man off that gun.
Pakai rifle nih kalau jarak jauh mah.
Oh, gotta reload. Wait, goddamn bullet.
Wih. Aduh, nggak kena loh. Lo nggak kena sih? Kok nggak kena teman-teman? Aneh. Aneh ya?
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me.
Stop your hiding from me.
Salah, harusnya langsung tembak aja sekalian gitu maksudnya. Ya ampun. Terus pakai jurus ki. Mantap. Sabar. Oh iya, lempar ini aja ya, lempar langit. Mamam nih. Wah. Mantap.
Apparently, one of the cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps. And that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral.
Oh, udah. Nah, oh iya, ada itu ya, achievementnya. Saya lupa, teman-teman. Ya udahlah, nggak apa-apa. Saya lupa. Soalnya nyarinya tadi ribet pisan, lari-lari. Lari-larian di bawah ini, di bawah batu. Kok bisa di start? Oh, salah mencet ternyata. Nah, ini dia.
A few weeks after that dust up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo. I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill, and they were loaded for bear.
7 bulan kemudian.
So, what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bryant?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why.
Okay.
But first I need to tell you about the cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brooks.
Waduh, tadi bilang.
Get ready, boys.
Kaget, dikira nggak ada orang. Nggak ada orang, teman-teman. Kaget, ya ampun. Kaget lu ah.
Curly Bill took charge of the cowboys upon their man's demise. And after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge.
Waduh, sabar, Roy.
So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother Virgil.
Bentar, teman-teman, bentar. Langsung ke reload rate increase by smashing. Apa sih, nggak ngerti. Ini aja deh. Sip. Banyak banget sih. Oke, kita pakai. Nggak kena. Mantap. Nggak kena. Nggak kena lagi.
Wyatt and Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Ride, hunting those outlaws down. So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Mantap. Wait. Sabar. Iya, ada lagi.
That's it for you.
Sabar, Roy. Mantap. Rifle ammo. Nah. Wah, ini bangkai. Waduh, kaget.
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. That's how the cowboys identified each other. And I was beginning to wish I had one myself. But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed. And that's what drove me forward.
They say that Ringo was an early vet.
Hardly saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp. That man was all hat and no cap.
Shotgun lagi. Wih. Waduh, banyak banget.
Herb wasn't much of a match for him, but Doc Holliday might have
Aduh,
taken
gak kena.
That Lunger should have kept his nose out of it. They never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
But everybody knew that Curly
Okay,
shot him in the
lagi.
back. That was common knowledge.
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a friend.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal. Well, to get to that
Tapi-
loyal friend, I had to
Ngapain
pass
lagi
by
nih
some
ya?
buzzsaws as big as a man.
Man, sorry. Nggak kelihatan. Wih.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Oh,
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot.
tunggu, ini yang ininya collectible itemnya kemana ya, teman-teman? Aduh. Nggak ada, tuh kan susah nyarinya. Sambil perang kan. Get to the lumberyard and find Curly Bill. Bill, oh gitu kayaknya. Teman kita,
Now,
salah ya?
where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack.
Tunggu. Udah. Ngagetin lu ah. Ayo sini. Ih,
Though it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
woi. Ngapain sih mereka nembaknya aneh banget? Woi. Aneh ngumpetnya tuh kelihatan palanya teman-teman, aneh banget. Ih, muncul lagi. Aduh. Sabar. Ayo, ini muncul. Nggak kena. Nggak ada collectible itemnya. Ya ampun. Mantap, headshot. Kenapa sih mereka? Kok nggak gerak? Nih mamam nih atau nih? Tuh. Kok nggak mati satu?
There
Aneh.
were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an impressive operation.
Six shooter. Wait. Ya ampun, ngagetin. Itu ada box peluru. Nah. Terus ke mana lagi? Sepertinya di sini nggak ada apa-apa deh. Yap, betul. Kenapa nggak bisa naik? Aneh banget. Aneh banget sih. Ya lah, ini bisa. Tadi kok nggak bisa ya? Ah, berarti kesini nih.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture
Itu
here.
apa itu?
There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly,
Consider
Nah,
your picture
ini.
painted. What happened next?
well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand.
Mana? Halo? Salah. Kalian bisa masuk. Kemana ini? Jalannya membingungkan, teman-teman. Tuh, halo. Lo. Apa ini? Oh, oke, kesini berarti. Kirain mau jatuh. Nah,
Curly
pasti
Bill,
pelanggan.
Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
Ternyata pelan. Ah, ini lagi teman-teman. Aduh, pasti duel lagi.
Are you
nih satu
saying
lagi.
they
Oh, iya,
ran?
iya.
Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Time to dance! You working for Wyatt Earp? A bottle! Did that sumbitch Earp send you to kill me?
Aduh. Apa itu? Wah, oh ternyata banyak orang. Licik banget. Dikeroyok. Keroyokan lo ya. Sini lo, mana lo? Tetap. Ayo, sini. Woi. Sini.
Brocious gave me no choice but to take his life.
Yep.
But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
Udah?
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
Wow, keren banget animasinya ya. Johnny Ringo. Oh. Begini lagi teman-teman, susah ini yang begini nih.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Aduh, susah tuh teman-teman tuh. Oke. Itu susah teman-teman. Padahal udah cepat banget tadi ngeklik kirinya. Aneh banget. Aduh. Oke, bentar.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Fokusnya cobain di. Nah. Tiga, dua, satu. Wih,
Sorry I had to
akhirnya
ruin the legend for you, boy.
fokusnya
But the legend ain't
92%.
always
Oke,
true.
berarti di atas 80% kali ya. Kalau pengen bagus.
Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo.
Johnny Ringo. Oke.
I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
Henry Plummer. Wih, udah episode 3 lagi, teman-teman.
Now, wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did.
Sip. Kita lanjut lagi. Atau
I
udah kali
knew
ya?
I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe
sepertinya
Bob Bryant.
lanjut
Hunting
aja kali ya,
Plummer
teman-teman,
looked like a
sedikit
good
lagi.
way to get rich quick.
Sip.
As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits and put a generous price on his head.
Oke, find the mine entrance.
Plummer
di bawah ya?
rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape. And that's where I thought I'd find him.
It makes me nervous standing so close to all these goddamn barrels of gunpowder.
Why would you be
Siapa sih itu?
nervous? No one has the cojones to come after us. As long
Oh,
as you don't light up a
musuh,
cigar,
teman-teman.
we're fine.
Besides, George is up there on the rocks with that rifle of his. Nothing gets past him.
Bu, kita kasih dinamit aja ya teman-teman. Langsung ledakin. Lempar.
Oh yeah? Who the hell is that thing?
Wah.
My late father pointed out to me more than
Gimana?
once. God made men, but Samuel Colt made them equal.
Wih. Kok yang nembak di belakang kanan? Ampun dah. Wait. Ih, kena. Sip. Ranger. Nah, ini Ranger harusnya biar tambah keren. Sip. Mantap sekali. Oh ini pintu masuknya. Tunggu teman-teman, tunggu. Sepertinya ada sesuatu deh di sini. Kemungkinan iya atau enggak ada. Ya enggak ada. Ya kirain ada sesuatu gitu. Weh, bisa naik sini? Hah? Gimana sih ceritanya? Weh. Kenapa cuman segitu bisa kena dimik ya, aneh? Itu peluru. Oh ini. Nah. Six shooter. Akhirnya dapat. Wih. Kemana ini? Lah di. Kok di sini ada jalan? Tunggu teman-teman, tunggu. Ini ada skill ya. Oke, bentar. Kita fast rifle reload. Oke, quick finger. Ini aja deh. Sip. Ntar ini kemana ya? Ya ampun, astaga. Ternyata jalan sama teman-teman. Iya, cuman beda cabang doang. Oh ini pintu masuknya nih. Oke. Awas lo balik lagi ya. Petok.
I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it.
Loh. Balik lagi teman-teman. Bentar aja balik lagi. Oh, ke sini.
It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches.
Headshot.
There were thieves and killers, robbing travelers and hijacking gold ships. Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy pickings.
Malah itu orang tadinya cuma mau lihat doang. Malah ngeglosor teman-teman. Aduh, sorry. Wih. Parah banget sih ah. Di, gak mati yang di situ. Tunggu, nyari lagi nggak ada ya?
Charlie Crow, Black.
Mana? Satu lagi.
James, who worked in the stable. Sam and Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's sons. Ordinary citizens who lived a double life.
Mamam nih tuh.
Stealing and thieving and murdering their neighbors.
Mantap
You
sekali.
ain't beefing me.
Of course, the rest were veterans of the Civil War.
Masih ada.
Stone cold killers
Tapi udah
trained on
mati.
the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam. Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll.
Wait.
A hell of a lot.
Ih,
That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand while stealing them blind with the other. He set up a defensive perimeter which I had no idea how to breach. Dangerous, desperate individual.
ih, mantap.
I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize it. They must have thought I was touched, or had some kind of death wish,
Loh,
seeing as there were barrels of gunpowder
ada
everywhere.
sesuatu ya, oke, sip.
Watch out for the goddamn gunpowder!
I thought I was some kind of hero.
Aneh banget deh.
I finally made it past and headed on to meet my destiny.
Oke. Bentar. Cari dulu sedikit, nggak ada. Tuh susah teman-teman nyarinya tuh si achievement.
But first, I had something I needed to figure out. I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine.
Huh?
But once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense.
Makes sense.
Let's do this!
It was the quickest way in, but that also made it more dangerous,
This is
as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way.
Halo, ada orang. Aduh, meledak. Tiba-tiba meledak. Shotgun.
Get out here!
Apa sih lo?
You'll die for this, you hear me?
Ayo, di atas lagi. Nggak kelihatan, sorry. Nggak kelihatan.
Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around.
Waduh, kemana ini teman-teman?
And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it.
Gimana sih? Kesini aja kali ya.
This some bitch
Wait,
is pissing me
sabar.
off.
Tuh ada 3 jalan. Ya ampun. Ay.
Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell. A single stumble or misstep
Ya
can easily
ampun,
end in
dalam
a
banget
deadly plunge to oblivion.
Ternyata.
I do not...
This is why I do not like heights.
Kenapa langsung mati ya? Kesel banget. Kesel banget teman-teman, aneh padahal cuman setinggi itu gitu loh. Bisa meninggoy.
Can't hide forever!
Wih.
I'll flank him!
Itu apa itu?
Dead!
Oh itu ada rahasia, ada itu ya achievement. Aduh. Mana sih? Oh, itu. Ke sini ya. Aduh di situ lagi. Ya itu benar, tapi gimana naiknya ya? Bentar. Oh langsung dari, oh yang tadi ya, atas tadi ya. Oke bentar teman-teman, lumayan 1 biji dapat gitu. Sini sebelah kanan dan ada peluru juga. Sip. Nah kan ada 2 tuh, lumayan dapat 2 teman-teman. Waduh udah setengah jam teman-teman. Bentar. Oke dikit lagi. Terus ini kemana ini?
Quick reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense.
Astaga.
Luckily, I was never one to be easily bushwhacked.
Sorry. Nggak kelihatan.
It's you or me?
I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come.
Surprise!
With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere, a body has to know what he's shooting at.
Down a mine shaft. Damn him!
Hah? Bentar, tadi kok ada tanda itu ya teman-teman? Nah, oh ini. Oh. Loh, tangannya bisa masuk. Dan lubangnya cuma
One
segitu.
wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tube.
Aduh, itu. Oi, kena itu. Oi, lari.
I freely admit that my plan of attack was not just moronic, but clearly insane.
Astaga. Ya ampun.
It's a good thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even
Kok
tried it.
bisa meninggoy?
Instead, I spotted a ladder, a way into the mine from the opposite side.
Apa gimana sih ceritanya? Saya nggak begitu mengerti teman-teman. Kenapa malah balik lagi ke sini ya? Ya ampun. Macem-macem ya ini ya. Bingung saya teman-teman. Wow. Oke.
It was a long way
Bentar,
around,
teman-teman.
but that
Kayaknya udahan
approach
dulu kali
seemed
ya.
more sensible at the time.
Soalnya udah
Of course, being I
setengah
had
jam
a
lebih,
problem with
teman-teman.
heights, that
bentar,
scaffolding
nyari
scared
tempat
the
aman dulu.
bejesus out of me.
Takutnya nanti kena musuhnya lagi. Oke, baiklah teman-teman, untuk episode game Call of Juarez ini sampai di sini ya. Jangan lupa like, comment, dan subscribe. Bagi kalian yang ingin donasi, linknya ada di deskripsi. Kalau begitu sampai jumpa di video selanjutnya ya. Dadah.